Get out the history books and gear up for the next chapter. It is big friendly time at Edor Nelson Field on the campus, beautiful campus of Augsburg University, as the Duluth FC make the short trip down I-35 to renew the biggest rivalry in Minnesota soccer as they take on your Minneapolis City Soccer Club. I am John Bisworm. I am joined by the Dan Hudeman. Dan, you ready for the big friendly?
I have been born ready, John.
Since 2017.
Since 2017.
When these two teams lock horns, Dan, it doesn't really matter where the game is played. There's an added level of intensity, excitement for the fans. These two teams have faced each other 12 times dating back to
2017.
2017, there you go.
My birthday.
During both their times together in NPSL North Conference. The all-time record gives the slight edge to the Crows with 6 wins, 4 losses, and 2 draws. And 3 conference crowns go to the Crows, and 1 goes to Duluth since 2022 when the club made their move to USL2. So, I mean, you're just splitting hairs here between these two teams, right? Both successful NPSL North teams.
One just more successful than the other.
There you go. The last meeting between these two clubs came in an exciting Minnesota Super Cup group play match 2 seasons ago, that saw Duluth go down to 10 men and ultimately being dropped by Minneapolis City by a scoreline of 3-1. Wasn't quite 6-1, Dan, but 3-1. We'll take it. Gone in this matchup, Dan, are the NPSL North legends. I'm just going to name some names here for Duluth. You don't have Joe Watt. You don't have Kyle Farrar, Tom Corcoran, Jake Starling for the Blue-Greens. For Minneapolis City, there's no Matt Elder, Ian Smith, Martin Brown Jr., Aaron Olson, Charlie Adams, Will Kidd, Max Stegward for the Crows. So this new era brings an opportunity for some of these players that are out here today to stamp their name alongside those legends.
Absolutely. This is a big game, and it's one that gets you remembered if you play well.
Absolutely. So today marks the season debut for MC2, Minneapolis City 2, if you're following along, under the watchful eye of Coach Josh Roy, who guided the Crows last year in the Midwest West of the UPSL to a conference title with a record of 8-1-1. But since the club has made the decision to restructure its reserve side, Dan, today marks the first time there's some meaningful match minutes for the non-league schedule that MC2 is going to play.
And what a game to get started on.
Right? Yeah, this is better than having to travel, no offense, to Austin Villa.
1,000%. Sponsoring tonight's match, which is a big one, is Minnesota Thunder Academy. That's our youth club of the match. Minneapolis City is proud to support local soccer and give back to the community. Thank you to all the players and families from MTA for being a part of our match day. So let's swing quickly then to the player to watch. And that is, of course, sponsored by MTA. Today's player to watch is Otis Anderson.
So Otis was a 5-year starter at Gustavus. I feel like a lot of players in his age range, Dan, are 5-year starters somewhere because of the COVID year. But he ranks in the top 10 all-time in 3 offensive categories with Gustavus. In 2022, he was finally recognized as a Division III All-American. And as far as his gameplay goes, he's kind of that versatile piece. He can play centrally, be the string puller in the midfield. Outside, he can be deployed wide in an attacking position, but he also played most of his college career centrally at the back lane, and I think maybe that's why it took for him a while to get those All-American nods, because he was a central defender.
Absolutely. Easy to overlook. I'm just happy to see him in the starting lineup. I know he's been coming back from an injury, and so this is great to get him some real minutes, some really real competitive minutes. So let's then swing, John, to the keys to victory. So sponsored by our friends and longtime sponsor at Twin Cities Orthopedics, what do we have to look for today?
I think number one, we talked about this being a rivalry. It's been dubbed the big rivalry. So you have to have that composure from the start. You know, whether the players on either side of the 50-yard line here know the history of this matchup, as soon as the ball is kicked, the energy is going to be amped up, so organically amped up, right? So you have to have that composure from the start. I think number 2 is, we said it in the USL2 match against our RKC last week, Dan. It's understanding your teammates, being this is the first game. For Duluth, it's not their first game.
Right.
And then finally, battle till the end. I did a little bit of research, Dan.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, did you now? I did. 5 of the 10 matches that were decided, not draws, in this matchup went down to a late second half goal for either team. So I think you got to stay locked in and battle till the end.
Oh, I love that.
So we don't have to read the USL League 2 message for copyright. If you want to spread this wherever you want, feel free, please.
Copy away.
Copy away.
You do not need express consent nor written consent for this one.
Yeah, you just take it, folks. Once again, I'm John Bisworm. That is the Dan Hudeman. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with your starting lineups for Minneapolis City and Duluth FC. Hang with us.
Welcome back to Edor Nelson Field for this Memorial Day weekend friendly. Announcing the starting lineup for the starting team for your Minneapolis City. Colin Vilmay. Number 49, McCabe Schatzko. Number 50, Darcy Davis. Number 55, Reed Wolf. Number 58, Sam Kading. Number 66, Damon Humphrey. Our goalkeeper, 0, Jack Roach. Number 32, Andrew Holmes. Number 23, Thomas Mena. Number 5, Otis Anderson. The Crows are coached by head coach Josh Roy, assistant coach Derek Johnson, Martin Brown, and Lee Owen. Ladies and gentlemen, citizens of all ages, Minneapolis City encourages you to observe the national anthem however you see fit.
Welcome back, folks. It is big friendly time here at Edor Nelson Field. I'm John Bisworm. That is the Dan Hudeman. Big time rivalry match today. Duluth FC taking on MC2. Dan, why don't you kick off? Who's going to be donning the blue-green?
I will, although it is blue-black, which seems like a brand violation. But the goalkeeper, Augustine Warnod, can wear whatever he wants. We've got a back four here today. Right back, Teddy Miranda, number 2. Center backs, number 16, Luis Vergara and Jacob Wiles, number 39. Left back, number 29, Tyler Guerrero. In center midfield, we have number 26, Mark Donaldson. Number 10, Tabo Malaha. Although he's behind the guy playing the number 10, who is number 30, Joao Mongalhaes, which I'm sure I said perfectly. He's flanked by number 19, Alex Ruiz, and number 14, Adrian Mejia. And then up top, we have number 44, Raul Cedillo.
Presentation always on point there, Dan. For your home, Minneapolis City SC in goal, number 0, Jack Roach. In the back line, number 55, Reed Wolf. Number 49, McCade Schatzko. Number 66, Damon Humphrey. In the midfield, number 5, player to watch, Otis Anderson. Number 32, Andrew Holmes. And number 41, Colin Vilm. Number 58, Sam Keating. And number 50, Darcy Davis on the flanks. And up top, playing in his home stadium here, number 23, Tomas Mena. And number 38, AJ, I'm just going to say Well-J until someone corrects me on that
Willa-J,
one.
I believe is how you say it.
You know,
heard it both ways.
Heard it both ways. But, Dan, I mean, we've seen this matchup here for a number of years. What was your favorite moment? I mean, obviously there's a lot, but what was your favorite individual Minneapolis City player moment of this rivalry?
Oh, man, there's so many great moments. I have to say it was, for me, 2018, we were up in Osseo and had a lead. If we win this game, we win the MPSL North Conference. We take it away from Duluth. Goalkeeper Matt Elder makes a foul, gives up a penalty, and you know what he does right at the stroke of halftime? He saves it. Saves it on Joe Watt. What a great memory. That I think, was just the inspiration, the push the team needed to drive on to that 4-2 win.
I mean, for me, it was the inclusion of now coach Justin Oliver into the team in 2019.
You mean Justin the Duluth Killer Oliver?
Yes, I guess you could say that. But coming from now, well, the old PDL, now USL2, with Caw Valley, coming back home and joining up with us for a playoff push and ultimately a title push. And in his second game back, nodding 2 goals up at Osseo. So that Osseo season was magical.
It was
apparently.
a great season.
I mean, it was our first title season, but coming back in, and then just now the fact that you've progressed. The years have moved on, and now Justin Oliver is coaching one of our teams.
And I will say, Justin Oliver, he scored a lot of goals against Duluth. A lot of goals in general, but specifically against Duluth. And I think, to your point, it's just a game that means a lot. It's historically meant more, and so it's fun to see the two teams, even though there's nothing on the line like there was previously in the league or in the Minnesota Super Cup, going at it again. Yeah,
we might face again in the U.S. in the Super Cup.
Wouldn't that be a fun final?
That would be a fun final. All right, game's underway here.
And to go back to that, Duluth are in Group B. They drew against St. Croix Legends 3-3 in their first Super Cup match.
That was a wild one.
That was a wild one. Next up, they have 1826 Academy, who came through the qualifiers. They were able to beat a reduced Thunder Bay Chill, and they beat Spam FC from Minnesota Amateur Soccer League. City doesn't start their Super Cup run until
2 weeks, right?
Yeah, June 7th. They play Minnesota United MLS next, and then the next week they play Blackhawks.
Good pressure there by Tomas Mena. Looks like a low block for Coach Roy to start this match. Maybe just trying to see what Duluth is going to come out with.
First game here for MC2 this season. So kind of makes sense, probably, John, to feel it out a little bit.
Yeah, don't get crazy right off the bat.
Minneapolis City coming off of a 1-1 draw with Riverlight in USL2 action. A 94th minute equalizer from Jackson Kirch. Damon Humphrey calm, but he's pressured there by Cedillo. Roach clears.
Heavy first touch for Vilm there. I mean, Jacob Wiles also had a heavy first touch. You thought maybe right there, if Colin Vilm's touch is clean, Tomas Mena's in.
Well, there's a long ball there to Mejia. Tracked nicely, though, by Reed Wolf.
Just so the fans out there watching know, no substitution limits today.
But only 5 substituting opportunities. So any number of players, 5 times only throughout the game for each side.
So we're going to do our best, folks, but if you're looking across the camera view that we're looking at here of the Duluth bench, there's about 700 guys wearing yellow bibs. So we're going to do our best to try to make sure we get all the substitutions correct. But it's a friendly. So we're also working on our game, Dan.
No, we absolutely are. City coming up next. Just a few days before the next game, and Duluth the same. Just a few days before they're back in action. They're actually down here in the Twin Cities against Minnesota Blizzard.
Jay.
Nice touch from Will J.
Mena's available.
Mena's looking for it, but he finds Vilm. Oh, good touch there. Mena's shot blocked. Otis Anderson's shot blocked.
Darcy Davis
Just wide.
Incredible bit of play there by A.J. Willajay.
That was really a nice turn there.
I think he kind of caught the Duluth defense. Oh, the crow's in the way here from the replay. Can we see that again? I think he caught the Duluth defense. Napping a little bit on that flank.
That was a
But they did recover well.
heavy touch from Magalhaes, who sent it out for a throw. They did defend it well. Magalhaes.
Bad touch by Holmes.
Shot wide of Roach's goal. Good intent from Ruiz there.
Yeah. Roach looked to be having that one covered if it were to go on target.
Roach played the second half on Thursday night against Riverlight, one of the favorites in the USL League Two Heartland Division. And I thought he looked really good, John.
I did too. I think the only one that kind of caught him a little bit was a ball off the crossbar in the second half, which it was one of those situations for a goalkeeper where, like, if the guy hits it solid, like, are you really going to dive? Because it's going to beat you anyways.
Sometimes that happens. Never to me. Vilm loses the ball, though. But those are his first minutes in a City jersey for Roach, and so he's got to give him a lot of confidence.
Nice idea there. It's like
Yeah, nice little touch there from Malgaise.
it's like he took a finger to the eye.
Willajay loses the ball. It's to Cedillo. Cedillo's got a little bit of time. He's tackled, but referee says play on.
Is that shots go?
That was shots go. Darcy Davis on Mejia.
Oh, great interchange there.
That was a really nice interchange there for the fullback overlapping Miranda. But nothing really comes of it except for that throw in.
It's one of those situations there where the good interchange 1-2, the cross is coming and no one's hungry to kind of fill in behind it. And then what are you supposed to do with the ball? Have a shot from a 0-degree angle. You
Yeah.
know, like you hope your friends kind of come in with more passion.
Long throw headed away by Shatsko with Cedillo just missing it. Falls to Mena. He waits a minute. That's two City players to 5 Duluth defenders, so smartly he takes it back. Willajay loses. Anderson over the top looking
Darcy's
for
in, didn't
Davis.
get the touch.
Darcy's in. Goalkeeper really well from Warren out there to come to that.
Yeah, he got off the line quick.
He needed to. Davis takes that down, and that is a really dangerous position. Davis looks for Mena, can't quite get a touch on it, runs out for goal kick.
It's as if the stands are starting to fill up. A lot of light blue. Once again, thanking Minnesota Thunder Academy for being our youth club tonight. There were a lot of different sports options today.
There sure
around
are.
the Twin Cities.
Minnesota United at home, and of course Wolves back tonight. They're obviously going to win it in 6, everyone knows. So
It's always Bucks in 6. So
yeah, it has been Wolves in 5, but I don't think that's possible anymore.
love to see USL2 goalkeeper Daniel Sessler wearing his game jersey.
Long ball looking for me, Ruiz.
Wearing his game jersey here in the stands.
So there's Guerrero over the top, finds Miguel Hayes.
Shot opportunity.
Laha. Wide to Miranda. Duluth doing a really nice job getting their fullbacks forward. Davis physical.
It's a really good job by Davis there to step to that.
Mejia cross ball. He's overcating. Mejia gets in front of, or Miranda gets in front of Davis.
I like the energy of Davis so far in his debut with the club.
A number of debutants tonight, but I think you're right. And he's going to be busy. Look at that. They send Ruiz through, just past Davis.
Good
Nice
first
touch. Great drag back to Nagles, who just blasted to St. Paul. That was a let-off from the Crows for sure.
Yeah, he's going to want that one back. I mean, unmarked. Both central.
What a
central
great run
midfielders.
from Ruiz to go inside the fullback, and acres of space. Great ball across.
The referee's having a quick conversation with Miranda.
So we had a jewelry issue,
Jewelry.
which
We know all about that.
all about that in this game. Humphrey long, looking for Willajay. Too long.
Holmes letting that one bounce. You want to get that one before it hits the turf.
I think that's what you talked about earlier, John, with that hunger.
Yeah.
Holmes on the ball, gives it away. That's unfortunate. Shot at Roach, equal to Mejia's. Went for placement, but placed it right at the goalkeeper. get an opportunity like that, at least well on I-94. That's hit with pace. That's unfortunately a little bit too much for Reed Wolf. City's still coming to grips with this game.
Excuse me. Yeah, I think
LeJ DeVille.
like I said in the opening, it's just feeling it out. I mean, it's your first opportunity playing
Davis
game
pushed
minutes.
off the ball by Mejia. Vilm wins it back. Referee calling that a foul. Quick restart from Duluth. And again, they're going wide. Look at that man, Ruiz. A lot of pace out there. His ball across. A little bit aimless, you have to say.
It was I mean, it went through the 6-yard box. So, I mean, that's a dangerous ball for no one to get a foot to.
Fortunately, there was no one within 15 or 20 yards. And I think to what you said earlier, that's that front foot, that aggression. That's the difference in these games.
Ball back to Warnod. Warnod's got he drew the short straw with the sun blaring directly into his face. I don't think the bright orange is helping any. It's kind of a
reflection back off.
Reflector, yeah.
It's difficult. I've been on that side of the field before. I go old baseball hat style.
Yeah. Really like a Uzi hat or something.
Maybe a bucket hat these days. It can be cool, even if you're a goalie.
Those are weird. They're not cool.
Vilm, nice pressure. Wiles on the ball. Duluth's doing a nice job of just keeping the ball, being very patient with it. A nice movement. That's Ruiz coming off the wing and into the middle.
I think for City, it's tracking the runners now. Because Duluth's got him.
And then over the top.
Like right there.
Really nice from Malgays. He's through. Kading tracking. He shoots wide.
He's calling for a deflection.
I didn't see much in it. Looked like he just fired wide. You know, that high line and that quick out to the left. That's been.
I mean, it couldn't have happened any better of a moment with me talking about tracking runners. But I mean, I've seen it early on here that whether it's the front two or it's the wingers for Duluth, like they're taking off and dictating where they want the ball to be played versus letting the guy with the ball dictate where it should go, which is, I mean, for me, that's how I want my players around me to play. Like, make the run,
Right.
and eventually it's going to get there.
It's great to see a number of the City senior team players in the stands today. I see Sessler, the first half goalie against Riverlight.
Yeah, I was saying before, he's wearing his game day jersey.
I would too.
Just don't spill any food truck food on that, Daniel. Got a game this week.
Jamie Humphrey on the ball. He looks long, nice cross-field ball to
That is a
Kading.
great ball. Kading finds
Kading
Meta.
finds Mena. Mena back to Kading. Oh, and it just runs too far for him.
The idea is right. But there, Dan, do you want Mena to maybe swing the ball in left-footed shot or potentially a pass to the left side? There was a lot of white shirts over there.
Great placement. It felt like maybe he expected more pressure than he got.
Put your foot through it.
Worst case, it ends up on an in 4.
Film's working
Film
really
tracking
hard.
back. He is working hard. Darcy Davis on the ball now. A little bit too much for Mena. Mena, nice work though. He wins it back. Oh, a little bit of a slip. Film wins, but that's cleared away.
There's a whole lot of action.
There's
right there.
a lot that happened.
Whole lot of effort right there for a throw-in.
Tell you what though, for a friendly, you can tell this really matters.
Yeah, it means something to these teams.
Mena wrapped up, flick on, cleared away.
We win by shots. Go.
Anderson and Davis, back to Anderson.
Really the first time on the ball for player to watch Otis Anderson today. He wanted it back, but Humphrey decided to opt to switch the field, which not a bad option.
Wolf in trouble. Ruiz breaking now.
There's options. Back door.
Ruiz finds Cedillo. Cedillo wide. Gotta say, David Humphrey tracking across. Nice work. Referee's gonna call that corner.
I mean, it was the same thing that happened to Tomas Mena before. Like, if he can let it roll across his body, back door, wide open.
Absolutely.
But we're saying that up here. We're not facing live bullets up here.
Crow's another let off. Duluth really quick to release, particularly on that left side. Crow's the very high line. John, if you're Coach Roy here of Minneapolis City 2, how do you start to help your team adjust to this?
I mean, it's just marking up. It's not nothing really bigger than that.
So you're saying it's a strategic change. They're very complex. You might not understand.
It's a very complex tactical change here. Like your wingers have to come back and mark up. I mean, the danger has not been through the middle. Am I?
You're right.
There?
You're right. Loose ball from Wolf, gives it up. Again, Duluth are on the attack. Davis has to get wide to the overlapping Miranda, slows it up. Film working hard again. We've got Mena tracking all the way back. Nice cross, but that's cleared away by Shotsko. Film, nice touch. But he drills into two Duluth players.
There's been a number of just giveaways when the right decision is just getting it off your foot.
Miranda, cross.
Oh,
Katie, not a great block though. Shot to Roach, right to him. I mean, that's where
Donaldson?
that was Donaldson.
That's a great rip in traffic.
And he finds Anderson. Anderson's pulled down Marvel Hayes.
Yeah, that's a tough one to hit right there.
I mean, you've said it with games like these, right? And we saw it with the senior team in the first game. It takes a little while to gel. This is Duluth's third match. They played Joy Athletic, had a fairly straightforward, if I can say that politely, 3-1 win.
As most do.
And then a crazy 3-3 draw with what I believe 5 of the goals after the 85th minute against St. Croix Legends.
Yeah, that one looked to be kind of done and dusted until the second half started.
There's a whole lot of game played in the last 5 minutes, and then I don't think either team was happy with the draw in the end. They both felt they could have won it.
I think this is what Coach Roy's team needs here. Just get some white shirts on the ball. Just kind of move it around a little bit. It's okay to go backwards. It's okay to go side to side. It's just not giving up those silly extra touches or wrong decisions. Just keep the ball for a bit. Move the chess pieces around for Duluth, and then find that pass.
Looks like Reed Wolf has been pushed up, and Otis Anderson has taken his spot in the back line. Anderson looks wide to Kading. Barely, nope.
The idea was right, but just play the ball to
A little
Otis.
short to him.
Duluth very much so looks like the side that's been playing together a little longer in the early going stand.
Well, they've always been a really organized side. So no surprise to see that same level of organization, discipline.
Quality.
And Duluth, absolutely one of the best remaining teams in the MPSL. So this is a good chance for the MC2 guys to really test themselves. Nice from Miranda. Gets past Davis. Davis swings, misses. Humphrey tracks him. That's out for a corner.
It's good defense by Humphrey there. He could have easily bit on.
Very quickly taken. Cedillo shot. I said that with Cedillo. That was Mejia. Mejia's shot. Nice curler, but that's over. Roach non-plus, but you have to say Duluth has definitely had the upper hand here in the first 20 minutes of this match.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with you, Dan. Like I was saying a few minutes ago, just for Minneapolis City, just keep the ball for a bit. It's okay. Make Duluth start to pressure you. Just make the easy passes, keep the ball, right?
To Humphrey again. Humphrey looks long. Willa J running.
Good header.
Good tracking across from Vergara. Let's go back. Anderson all the way back.
Yeah, it's smart from player to watch, Otis Anderson. Like, no need to force it.
Okay, this for Mena. Wanted that back. Mena does a nice job of keeping it, though.
Same for Mena. Like, he could have easily tried to turn there. Like, really smart to play the way you're facing. 'Cause this is what you don't want right here. The opportunity
Humphrey gives it away.
for Duluth to
Pressed by
to
Schatzko. Mena doing a nice job tracking all the way back. And Katie wins it again. You know, without that effort from the forward tracking back, John, that was
it could have been another dangerous counterattack opportunity. But it's all coming from, I don't want to say a poor choice, but like not the ideal choice for Minneapolis City. Like, be okay having the ball and not having to ram it forward.
Out to Miranda for Duluth. And Mejia's on the run. Mejia's got a ton of space with Anderson tracking. Anderson, nice win. Davis taking a minute. Anderson's starting to show his quality here the last few minutes.
Veteran guile. I guess, is that what they call it?
They do. Holmes looking long to Mena. Mena in a foot race.
Oh, good header back.
Headed back from Guerrero. That's some smart play from the defender.
He got like 3 feet of air that time.
He absolutely did. And they look out wide again to Reeves. Reeves does a great job getting by Wolf. He's in one-on-one with Roach.
Oh,
Roach with the save.
Great save by Roach. Without that kick save by Roach, easily 1-0 Duluth right now.
Yeah, and you got to say, you know, Ruiz has been the danger man.
Well, again, where's it coming from, Dan? It's coming from out wide.
I thought it was from the ham he ate for dinner.
It's a short road trip. Some hot ham and rolls for the bus.
But you're right. I mean, it's those give-ups. It's continued to happen. Oh, Vilm takes it off the foot of Mena, who was looking for Kading, who was wide, and City slow it down.
So see, this is the first time we've seen MC2 as Anderson looks to play it long ball.
And nice chest back from Guerrero.
Seeing this is our first opportunity to see MC2 in action here. Tell me a player that you've been impressed with so far.
You know, I mean, I think this early, it's interesting when you think about like how everyone's going to act and interact. But I have to say, you know, if we look at Schatzko as the center back, he's really held things together. Miranda running through, and then we're going to see that there's that man, McCain Schatzko again. He's been so calm. He's been so smart in his positioning. I mean, he's really been the one who's kept City with that clean sheet, I'd have to say.
I would 100% agree with you, Dan. I think the one thing, too, aerially, like he's won quite a few long balls that have come through. I think that Coach Roy will definitely want to shore up the flanks from a defensive perspective because he and Wolf and Humphrey have been under attack, and it's been like a 4-on-3 situation almost every time.
It's been interesting to see a lot of those runs inside of that wing back, and then outside of that outside, and that looks like that's out for a goal kick. But then outside of that, outside center back.
Yeah, absolutely. And Duluth has the quality to find that. They've shown it.
You know, we were here last week for the Crows playing RKC Third Coast. We saw a ton of pressure on City's outside center backs as well. Cole Schrage did a great job sitting in where
man of the match the other night.
Yeah, sitting where Damon Humphrey was. But similarly, they're really trying to target and isolate that position. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Roy can start to make some of those adjustments that we saw Coach Oliver make in that RKC game. In that case, a lot of it was like making sure that those wingbacks were doing the right thing defensively. CB Rule doing a really nice job shutting down Prado, if you recall.
I don't remember.
Film on the attack. Back to Kading. That just finds Mejia from Duluth, and we've got Miranda again.
This time, City did a better job of tracking back. Davis did a really good job. For City, it's that final pass that they've kind of fallen down on. For Duluth, it's been the finish. So far, 25 minutes in, Duluth 0, MC2 0. Not void of action so far, Dan.
No, absolutely not. You'd have to say that Duluth have had the better of the first 25 minutes, but Jack Roach only had to make really one save, that one with his feet. That was quite the save one-on-one, but otherwise, the two sides doing a pretty nice job crossing each other out.
Shout out to our new sponsor, Co-Create. Do you want to be a leader?
I do.
Stop reading self-help books on the toilet.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop at that line.
Miranda, nice ball into Cedillo.
Offside.
Look at. You're right.
All right, we're gonna start that one again, Dan. Shout out to our new sponsor, Co-Create. You want to be a better leader, Dan?
I do.
Stop reading self-help books on the toilet and start actually doing something. Co-Create offers personalized coaching that'll get you thinking smarter, leading stronger, and feeling less like an imposter. Check out Co-Create today at growwithcocreate.com. Thank you, Co-Create.
Co-Create's going to be doing some work to the city captains, actually, in terms of leadership and team management. So perfect for corporate teams or executive coaching.
Or sports teams.
Sports teams, too. Uncorporate sports teams, even. Shots go out to Humphrey.
I mean, it's smart for Humphrey right there. Just get it out.
Got to do what you can do.
Seen a lot of tracking back from number 23, Tomas Mena, for Minneapolis City so far.
He's been working hard. We've seen that. He had minutes against RKC. He had minutes against Riverlight.
Oh, nice move.
The guy just does work.
Well, this is his home field, being that he goes to Augsburg University. You notice they took down the mural of Lionel Vang?
I noticed those are down. I can't believe that.
Hey, Evan Siefkin sighting.
Obviously here to cheer on some of his
Former running mates.
former St. John's running mates, including Mikhail Chatsko. So far, really the bright spot for City. Looking over the top. A little bit of a miscommunication between Wolf and Schatsko, but easy enough for Roach in the end. I always love how these games against Duluth start to bring out the alumni. Like you said, Evan Siefkin. Ian Smith. He's here. one of the city legends from the NPSL days. He ended up playing professionally in Norway with Oppsal IK. Just came back home. He's a coach with Minnesota Thunder Academy. Today's youth club. They provide the ball boys and
Great
a
work
whole lot
by-
of the atmosphere. Anderson finding Mena.
Oh, good
A
tackle.
nice tackle there from Vergara. He's been excellent so far tonight.
Good track
Oh,
back
he
by
is.
Andrew Holmes. City's starting to find a little bit more on the ball. Would you agree?
I think so. Took a little while to settle, which you'd expect from the first game.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is it's all come through player to watch, number 5, Otis Anderson. Like, so calm on the ball, like finding those pockets of spaces, kind of dictating, telling players around him where to go. I think that is where I see an opportunity. Oh, just
Shots go off the scoreboard.
tattooing the scoreboard. I see this game going through Otis Anderson.
You're right. The more he's been involved, the more City's been on the front foot. And the game's starting to be contested much more in the center of the pitch, whereas the first 15, 20 minutes or so, it was all on the wings. Okay, pressing Wiles. Miranda tangled up. Oh! Referee keeps his whistle in his pocket there.
Good touch by Shots go.
Shots go.
Still impressing.
St. John's center back has been excellent today. And it's wide to Wolf. And this system, it really does ask a lot from the center backs. That ball over the top.
Colin Vilms
Looking for
in.
Vilm. Vilm's shoved over. Referee says nothing there. And it's out for a throw, and City have it. Maybe a little bit of a size mismatch, although there was definitely a shove there.
Yeah, I don't think it was enough. Yeah, you got to that angle shows it.
From where the referee was, he made the right call from the side angle. You would have hoped the AR would have said something, but
Uh-oh.
Cedillo gets past Roach, and that's an
Just
easy
walks it right
finish.
in. That one's unlucky.
Frustrating goal to give away from City, who had just been on the front foot.
I mean, Shotzko did the right thing. He was under pressure. He just didn't see the runner coming through. Calm finish there for Cedillo.
I don't know how it's not calm when there's no one around you, but you got to take what they give you. Raul Cedillo here in the 32nd minute with the goal for Duluth against Minneapolis City 2.
And that's a goal from Duluth FC. Number 44, Raul Cedillo, with a gift from Minneapolis City.
And with the restart, City on the ball. It's out to Humphrey. Over Mena. Willajay gets in. He's wide. His shot. Warnod. Well played there. Okay, he's still down.
A special shout out
Arguing with the referee, although they both went in
Minnesota Thunder Academy
to win that ball.
Minneapolis City Soccer Club.
Didn't see much in that there. Willajay got pushed just wide enough, though, to not have much of an angle.
Minnesota Thunder Academy.
Warnod with the save.
Families who are attending tonight's game, we are so thankful for you
I said Mineapolis, that's Vergara. He's still incensed.
We have a special shout out. Clark Smith. Clark Smith is turning 10 years old. Happy birthday, Clark Smith. Happy birthday.
Wide to Miranda. Looks for Cedillo. Cedillo, good battling there. And he picks it back up for Miranda. Cedillo just too long. It's easy enough for Roach. Now, it's been better from City since the goal, but we're seeing a whole lot of that aggression, that oomph from Duluth we talked about at the beginning of the game.
I mean, they've been well organized the whole match so far, Dan. And I think it's going to take another great ball by Humphrey. It's going to take Minneapolis City, I think, to take a little bit of the air out of the ball again. Like just keep it, move the pieces around. Like not
Cut out by Guerrero.
Not try to do anything, anything spectacular. Like just do the simple stuff. Keep the ball. Like get your wits about yourselves a little bit.
I think you're right. It's just a little bit too easy on that. Won't even call it a final ball. Shots go head backs to Roach. But it's a little bit rushed, it seems.
Yeah, a little rushed in early days for MC2, so you'd expect that.
It's always tough when your first game is not your opponent's.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he finds Vilm. Nice touch there.
Like, this is what I'm talking about here. Like, Vilm absolutely could have tried to turn there. Same thing with Holmes. He absolutely could have continued to force the ball forward. But you don't always have to go forward.
Humphrey looks wide to Davis. Blocked by Miranda, and that's back by Holmes. Not short this time, which is nice. Because you had Cedillo and you had Magalhaes lurking. They're doing a nice job of jumping off that last man, jumping off that last pass. A block there from Ruiz.
It's right here where Duluth gets dangerous. They can catch on that final pass.
Pick up from Holmes. He takes a minute. No one there. Except for Mena. Ran across the field. All action. Little Energizer Bunny there. Most on shots go. Under pressure. Anderson scoops it up for Wolf. Wolf is wide. Can't find Willajay.
He was there.
Chasko doing a nice job up against Cedillo. Vilm pulled down. That's a foul. Vergara didn't like it, but a little bit tough to argue on that one.
Yep, took him down. A lot of fouls in this one so far.
Getting Jimenez standing over the ball. The referee finally asks for the 10 yards. And we've just got Kading standing over it. He's 28 yards out. Headed away by Miranda. Had like 3 free there that time.
He did, Dan. He did. That was all that was needed.
All that was needed. One of the things I really like to see is how MC2, using the same type of system that Coach Oliver and Coach Flintham use, trying to attack in a similar way. It's a little bit different without the Preston Kipnusus, the Joe Highfields, Jared Hex of the game. If you're Coach Roy, what are you telling your team as you go into halftime here as we're going into the 39th minute?
Keep the ball. Like, easy as that. Like, the giveaways in bad spots, I mean, those are going to happen. But if your emphasis is on, like, let's just possess for a bit,
Mejia in a foot race with Shotsko. Shotsko doing a nice job with the tackle there.
Yeah, I think just
Getting working on Ruiz.
like be okay with having the ball in large bouts, even if it's bouts of time. I mean, even if it
Look
is
at
going
that, just
backwards.
from Shotsko. I think he's been excellent. He needed to be excellent right there.
Yeah. I think he is in on goal there. He doesn't make that challenge. I mean, obviously he is, but
Ruiz gets past home. He's over the top. Shotsko yet again is there.
Minneapolis City wants to give thanks to another new sponsor this season, Bryant Lake Bowl and Theater, an up-down institution. Bryant Lake Bowl has plays, concerts, improv shows, and of course, banging food, booze, and bowling. All in a kick-ass vintage environment dating back to the 1930s. Check out the menu and show schedule at BryantLakeBowl.com. Thank you, Bryant Lake Bowl.
Got a couple of team events coming up there. It's a great spot. Humphrey wide. He looks for Mena. Vergara does just enough to find Guerrero. Back to Warnod. Oh, Mena so close there.
Warnod on a razor's edge there.
He was. So Jeff finds Vilm. Anderson and then Holmes. Duluth so quick to shut down. That's the thing I think I've been impressed the most about Duluth so far. They're quick to shut down the opposition. They hunt in packs. They're very disciplined. Davis can't quite keep it in.
That's a tough ball to handle there.
Looking for Cedillo, cut out. Holmes to Meta. He's in the sun, but he keeps the ball.
Like right there. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Dan. 5 minutes earlier, that's a force, but now going backwards.
Vilm with the cross. Miranda cuts out Willajay. Davis is there. Can we see him go forward?
Oh, this is so smooth on the ball.
Just looks to get past Miranda there.
But like we were saying, like before, it was a force forward. That time, ball goes in, ball comes out. You have Vilm making the run, hits him on the attack. Yes, the cross maybe wasn't exactly what he wanted, but look what it ended up with.
You know, that Duluth back four, particularly the fullbacks, are doing a great job getting up and back. And they made it really difficult for the city attackers. Humphrey in, Warnod grabs. Again, shots go lurking. Needed to grab that, tough in the sun. Vergara finds Donaldson.
A number of Duluth players up in action on the sidelines.
And just a reminder here in this friendly match, there are unlimited substitutions, but only 5 substituting opportunities.
Call those windows, Dan.
5 substitution windows, but you can re-enter.
Yes.
So we may see a player again, although with Duluth having a game in just a few days, you'd be surprised by that, but not impossible.
And they got like 47 guys on the bench, so you'd have to believe that if your day's done, you're not coming back in. But who knows? Unlucky touch there for Guerrero.
Like Duluth, Minneapolis City have some upcoming
Mena
games.
with an opportunity. Spilled a little bit by Warnod. I like that. I like that idea from Mena there. Haven't been a lot of opportunities where they've tested the goalkeeper. Just let one fly. And there, if you had anyone streaking in, potentially a rebound opportunity.
Mena again. Gets a foot on it. Warnock can just get it away. Humphrey and hard, but that's ball over the top. Cedillo is in. He's past Wolf. One-on-one with Roach. Roach saves
Another
again.
save.
But it falls right to Cedillo. Cedillo looks for Rees. And that's a goal.
The counterattack has just been killing MC2.
It has in the 45th minute. That's Duluth 2. Minneapolis City 2-0 as a 45th minute goal here from number 19, Alex Ruiz. I was going to mention here just a minute ago, Minneapolis City's first team plays this Friday, May 30th, against Chicago Dutch Lions in USL League 2.
Ball didn't quite get over the fairway. Free tracking this one down. Dumps the ball in. Mena again getting active. I think Mena is been the danger man so far for Minneapolis City in this first half. But we would like to thank our sponsor, Shell's Brewing Company, as another ball comes in long here. Humphrey gets turned around. Mejia's shot comfortably goes to Jack Roach. And that'll do it for the first half. 46 minutes in. Duluth 2, MC2 0. Once again, I'm John Bisworm. That is the Dan Hudeman. We'll take a halftime break here, collect our thoughts. We'll be back at you with the second half. Welcome back, folks. Edor Nelson Field, the big friendly. Minneapolis City versus Duluth FC. I'm John Bisworm. That is the Dan Hudeman. Dan, let's talk about what we saw in the first half. For me, it was well-organized Duluth. Clearly looked like they played together before, although maybe they haven't started games or been 90-minute players, but clearly a well-trained in team that has some experience playing together. On the flip side of the ball, Minneapolis City, a lot of giveaways, a lot of mismarking or non-marking, and that led to both goals.
I think you're right. This Minneapolis City 2 team, this is their first competitive match, and they're playing against a Duluth team, and Duluth ran out a number of guys who've played a ton of minutes in their first 2 games. It's tough. Your first game against a team playing their third. I think you're right. Duluth is organized.
Off-the-ball movement was great.
Yeah, it was just clear they knew how to play with each other, how they're supposed to play. I'll also say really great stuff from, particularly on the left side with Ruiz, working with the forward Cedillo. Both of those goal scorers. At the same time, Mejia and Miranda on the right. I mean, if it wasn't for great work from Darcy Davis, Damon Humphrey behind him, I think this could have been a different game.
Yeah, absolutely. So as far as goal scorers go, in the 45th minute, in the 32nd minute, we'll start there. Number 44, Raul Cedillo on the score sheet, and number 19, Alex Ruiz in the 45th +1 minute. And that's your score line so far, folks. There's probably going to be a number of substitutions coming here for Duluth. We counted a full 11 coming on, and we'll figure that one out shortly. Also, I do believe there are some substitutions for Minneapolis City. We'll get to that too. But, Dan, I think that if you're Coach Roy, number one, clean up the marking. And number two, I kept kind of hammering it home. Be okay and comfortable with keeping the ball, even if it is in your defensive third.
I think you're right, and that was, in a lot of ways, the difference from Duluth is they knew how to use the ball and use it quickly, but when they didn't have to, they kept it well. A lot of patience, did a really, really nice job in all phases of the game in keeping it moving forward. That said, I think you're right. As a friendly, we're going to see a lot of substitutions here, and as a reminder to everyone watching, it's unlimited substitutions in this friendly match against Duluth and Minneapolis City 2, but only 5 substitution windows.
So this would be window number 1.
This is window number 1 here.
What's
at the
behind
half.
window number 1, Dan?
Well, it looks like a whole lot of Duluth players, and it may be a fair number of Minneapolis City 2 players as well.
I do have the Minneapolis City subs. Number 47, Andre Ketzik is coming in for number 55, Reed Wolf. Number 54, Leo Runstad is going to be coming on for number 5, player to watch, Otis Anderson, who, from his first half, I thought everything positive came through Otis Anderson.
I think you're right. Once he started to get on the ball, good things started to happen for City. His quality, his calmness, that sort of veteran leadership really started to show.
And then the final substitution for Minneapolis City is number 38, AJ
Willajay.
I'm never going to get that right. Is making way for number 48, Marco Lennon.
And that makes a lot of sense. We knew before the game that Willajay was, coming back from an injury, wanted to manage that. I thought he put in a good first 45, but it makes sense for him to be stepping aside. On the Duluth side, looks like we've got some full-scale changes here. And
we're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're gonna have the same setup tactically in terms of a 4-2-3-1. At the back, we've got Stefan Schenk coming in for the Blue-Greens. At right back, we've got number 25, Luca Barbero. We've got on left back, on the other side, Harvey Skurik. He's going to have number 4, Nathan Porter, and then number 28, Parker Chastity as center backs with him.
Still trying to figure out one guy. And
left mid, we've got Harvey McLaughlin. Kao Gomez is going to take over the attacking midfielder spot, and Diego Mejia is going to take over from number 14, Adrian Mejia. Up top, Felipe Carly is going to take over for Raul Cedillo. So in center midfielder, we're going to have number 20 Tobias Gerber and number 32 Peter Pearson.
I think we got it, Dan. We did our best.
That's the thing with the friendlies. You got to manage those substitutions.
But so far, you've seen a lot more energy coming from Minneapolis City. And I think the inclusion of number 48, Marco Lennon, has kind of sparked that.
Well, I think the great thing about watching this MC2 team is, these are players, tend to be like, and there's a foul there against Damon Humphrey. These are players really working hard to get into that City First team, really trying to, make sure that the coaches are noticing them. And if you look at a game like this, a whole lot of attention on it against a good opponent, this is a chance to prove, really what you've got.
Absolutely, Dan. Minneapolis City would like to thank Schell's Brewing, home of the iconic Grain Belt Premium. Schell's has a German craft brew perfect for any season. Available at bars, liquor stores everywhere. Thank you, Schell's. Also, Minneapolis City is in good hands with our longtime sports medicine partner, Twin Cities Orthopedics, with orthopedic urgent care open 7 days a week and a wide range of specialty services. You can achieve your goal of returning to your best. Learn more at tcomn.com.
Ball back to Schenk. Mena still on, gives him a little bit of pressure. Finds Porter. Porter looking for that long ball. Humphrey is there, but it falls to Carly. I think Humphrey's really grown into this game, John.
Yeah, I think in the first half, his left foot diagonal balls were impressive.
And we saw him 2 years ago in League Two playing for City. Really looking for the 1-2 there, but Ketsu just overcooked it a little bit. Davis wins it, pursued by Mejia. Home to Mena. It's much tidier from the Crows. Mena pushed back, however. And that's the thing we've seen so far this game. City just pushed backwards when perhaps you're looking for someone to try and break the lines, someone to try something. Schenk comes for the ball.
Number 54, Leah Runstad in. And number 48. AJ.
There, can't quite win that ball, and is really quickly out there. Gerber doing a nice job battling. He's on the ball. Looks for to Barbero. Barbero wide. But Duluth have to look back, and it's back to Gerber. Gerber again. He's across to McLaughlin. Gerber pulling the strings. Plays it wide. He on the attack. Duluth turn back. City chasing this game, need to make something happen. Duluth able to take their time, and Harvey Porter's on the ball. Kading surprised by the whistle there on McLaughlin. They always are, though. McLaughlin plays it back to Skirk. The ball pings around, and we've got Diego Mejia on the attack. Damon Humphrey tracking. Mejia cross gets back to him. He can't hold on to it. Shasso takes it away as far as Darcy Davis. Davis plays his college soccer at Colgate in the Patriot League, which, John, as you know, is a league that I know well.
Can only have one.
And it finds Holmes. Holmes over the top. Great ball, and we've got...
Oh, Lennon.
Lennon. He was in. First touch lets him down. Great ball, though. And that's, I think, what we're starting to, hoping to see from City a little bit more. And again, Lennon finds Holmes. Holmes for Mena. Mena looks across to Lennon. Darcy Davis on the ball. He goes across. Schenk picks that one up. Much better from the Crows.
The level of intent has increased, Dan. I mean, I think but it all started from a great back tackle by number 32, Andrew Holmes. Like, coming back, clearly Duluth was in on goal. He comes back, jumps the passing lane. A quick combination getting us forward, and Lennon could have 2 goals already in this half.
He could. That ball's out wide to Schenk, and then we find Gomez. Duluth's doing a nice job shifting the ball side to side. And if you're up 2 goals, why not? Davis goes in on Mejia, gives up a throw in. Quick from Duluth. They're going to want to keep that clock running. Barbera on the overlap. He delivers the cross, but that is skied. I'm not even going to talk about who skied that. It's just nicer that way.
Yeah. I don't want to shame anybody. It's Kyle Gomez.
So you find Mena. Mena flicks on. There's no one there, but look at him.
Applying the pressure.
Full pressure, and all Schenk can do is knock that out of bounds. Luckily, not out of the stadium. Vilm on the ball.
And just be incredibly raucous. That's right.
Wide to Mena, who seems to be everywhere today.
Yeah, he's been a real bright spot in the attack.
They're the friendliest folks you'll ever meet, unless you're the opposing team, that is, of course. Thank you, citizens.
Holmes, nice win on that ball. Finds Lennon. And we're wide to Kading. Kading on his left, can't quite get it through to Lennon.
Shouts for handball, I think, down there. I didn't see anything, but...
I didn't see anything either. But I got to say, from this angle, it was not great.
Yeah, I have a big pillar in my way, so... see much.
Humphrey looking for Davis on the overlap. Yeah, he overcooks that one. But, it's nice to see, those wing backs starting to get on the overlap. Duluth used that overlap so well, particularly in the first half. I mean, you have to say that both Miranda and Guerrero, but particularly Miranda, did a great job in support, that kind of up and back on the midfield.
We are black, we are pink, we are smarter than you think. Go Crows! Go Crows!
Good win by Holmes.
And Kading's back to Roach.
A little more energy out of the home side in the second half here.
Well, you're down, right? 2 goals. You need it. Ketzuk looking for Runestad. Schenk keeps the ball in.
It took everything from everything out of Leo not to get that out of his hands, didn't it?
It really did. Oh, nice pressure, though, on Gerber. Gerber has to go back to Schenk. It looked like he could have flagged for offside, although perhaps Katsu kept him on. Oh, but there we go.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, as a player, the
hate
late
it.
flag, I hate it so
Hate
much.
it so much.
You made us both sprint 30 yards.
When you could easily just put the
You
flag
could just
up.
put the
I
flag
know,
up.
I
Who
know.
else was going to get that ball? There's no one around. I get it when there are a bunch of players. There are literally 2 players.
They're
and
doing,
you made them
they're
sprint
just
for
doing
nothing.
their job, but
That's a bad rule. That's good refereeing. That's a bad rule.
yeah, that's bad. Actually, I think the refereeing's been really good today, Dan.
I'd have to agree. Oftentimes, a game like this can be a lot, but yeah, I think the refs have been excellent. They've been consistent, and you can't really argue with anything.
Laughlin with a nice bit of skill work there.
Davis gets the ball back. Lucky Humphrey knocked off the ball, and Mejia comes up with it. You got to believe
I don't
Coach
know how that
Oliver
one
would
stayed
have
in.
not. Look at that win from Lennon. Lennon goes down. Referee. Oh, he lets that go. That was. Ooh.
Love to see a replay on that.
Let's see that one. That looked like a kick that got him.
I think he actually did get the ball. It seems okay now. I mean,
But if you're a referee, it's difficult to ever make that one a penalty call.
yeah, unless the guy goes down in a massive heap.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be like Lennon took a couple steps and then went down. So he might have gotten clipped, but I don't think it was anything that would warrant a penalty.
Yeah. No doubt that hurt.
Yeah, definitely hurt.
But again, yeah, with the referee on that one. Getting with the win, but that falls to Diego Mejia. And shots go back to Roach. Roach plays his college soccer at University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Go Badgers.
The only Badger we've got this year, although last year,
Ryan Keefe.
Ryan Keefe, he may have been the center back most likely to go on a mazy run and score a goal that I've ever seen. Really enjoyed watching him
He
play.
was like our second leading goal scorer at center back.
Oh, he was fantastic. Played high school soccer at Shattuck, playing with a bunch of his buddies. Definitely Big Ten quality. He was fun to watch. Mena doing a nice job of hold up. Absolutely dragged and pulled back. Quick ball to Vilm. Smart play from Mena.
Oh, good defensive
Vilm's cross
defense.
can't quite find Davis. Mena flicks it up.
Want a little bit more out of that from Mena. I mean, it's hard to say that for a guy who's been literally everywhere, but that opportunity, if it fell at his feet to take another touch, and then he has an opportunity to at least hit a shot from distance instead of putting a looping ball in to defenders who are waiting for it.
Well, I think you're right. Sometimes it's been a little bit rushed, particularly in that attacking third. Nice work from Runstad. Falls to Holmes. Holmes has been much more involved.
Like right there, I like it. I like the opportunity to take the shot.
Nice touch from Shotsko. He's back to Roach, and City resets.
Well, that one's definitely on the freeway.
Ooh.
Oh, freeway ball! Look out!
You know, with all the construction, you might be able to get that one.
Did I tell you that last season I was driving home and on the off ramp was a ball just sitting there? Stopped the car. Stopped the car. Got the ball.
That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it.
And 94 swallows up another Minneapolis City ball. That's
So let's give a thank you to Twin Cities Barber Company. Guys, look your best for the only barber you should trust in Minneapolis. Twin Cities Barber Co., locally owned and operated in the heart of South Minneapolis, offers quality services that'll have you feeling your best. Treat yourself to a traditional barber shop with modern style and make an appointment today at tcbarberco.com. Looks like we've got head coach Josh Roy making a double switch.
To see who's going in for who. Looks as if Andrew Holmes and Darcy Davis, their days are done.
Yep, they're definitely the ones coming off.
Well, I know for sure coming on for number 32, Andrew Holmes, is number 44, Cy Friesen.
And then we've got number 39.
Number 39, Braden Martinez coming on for number 50, Darcy Davis.
Minneapolis City with subs here. We have number 44, Cy Friesen in goal. Number 50, Darcy Davis. And number 39, Braden Martinez in goal. Number 32, Andrew Holmes.
Duluth countering. Well played to Barbero on the overlap.
McCade
City
shots
back.
go once again, covering well.
Oh, wait. That's not all. Mikkel Rivland is turning 13 today. Happy birthday, Mikkel.
Find Martinez. Martinez on the ball in time. Looks over the top. Can't quite get there. Chastity clears.
Represent the Crows yourself. Mikkel Rivland, happy birthday.
It's the first time we've seen Peter Pearson on the ball, donning the captain armband. Like, I don't think he's had a touch since he came out in the second half.
He's been quiet so far.
Good pressure by the Crows there.
Somehow keeps the ball. Runestad keeps the ball. Vilm looks for Mena. Good defense from Chastity there. Only as far as Vilm. Unlucky bounce for the City man, and Duluth have a minute.
Tomas Mena, if he keeps his energy up, is going to have a huge year for Augsburg in his senior year this coming fall. He's just been like the real bright spot up top, and it's been on the back of pure effort.
Oh, Martinez knocked that ball off of
For those in the crowd,
Mejia. Mejia goes down and
we had 2 birthdays today. Clark Smith turning
wins that somehow. Referee may want to see that one again.
Be a great time, Dan. Hey, fans, be sure to make plans this season for post-game parties at the Corner Bar in Seven's Corners. Friends of the Murder get deals on shells, pints, and pitchers, and don't forget to try the almost famous Joey Wings. Thank you, Corner Bar.
That's a throw-in.
Way to say it with so much conviction, Dan.
Gotta be honest,
I don't know what happened there.
of all the calls I would have made, that would have been in my top 4. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Good track back, though, by
Great track back. Lennon,
Lennon.
you know, unfortunately, just a tough touch. You know, if you're Duluth, why not? Why not take that one to the corner? Why not hold it a little bit? You know, it's a different ask for Carly up top than it was for Cedillo when they were level or just a goal ahead. Looking for Mena long. Mena working on Chastity.
right here. Just maybe get a corner.
Nice ball into Lennon. And back to Mena.
Not a lot Lennon can do right there.
Oh, that was a tough one. Then again, looks for the cross, headed away by Porter. Loose touch with Ilm. Friesen, another loose touch. You really can't do that against a team of this quality, unfortunately.
No, you cannot. Nice work.
Mena again, nice
Mena.
work. Martinez looking for Kading, not quite enough. But Mena's there, of course.
Leo Runsted's been a bright spot since coming in.
I think you're right. Runstead,
Oh,
Lennon.
boy.
Ooh,
Humphrey.
tough ball. Nice tracking back from Schatzko. At that initial turn, he was in trouble, but excellent defending. That ball goes long.
Oh, no, not another one. That one. Oh,
Ooh.
stayed in. Stayed in. If they still had it up, that would have been right over the Lionel Vang tribute banner.
Lionel Vang, a city legend who, if you remember, made a Sports Center top 10 for his Vanger
Bangers
against
only.
Des Moines Menace in the U.S. Open Cup. That was 2022. It was a beauty.
The pressure's been really, really good for Minneapolis City in the second half. They came out of the locker room a little bit more fire to them.
And you can see them having settled a little bit, right? They maybe know where some of their teammates are going to be, know what's expected of them. Carly working on shots go. Let's that out for a throw-in.
Schatzko has been literally everywhere defensively.
In a lot of ways, Schatzko reminds me of Nick Kent. Maybe not quite as
Tall.
not quite as tall, and you know we've seen them rely on Humphrey for those kind of long attacking balls, but that sort of everywhere, that calmness. He's doing a nice impression. Mena, nice job. Talk about a man who's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be real tough to split the hairs between Tomas Mena and Schatzko for man of the match right now.
You know, if you're City, you look at the start that City's had, and you think, okay, let's look at League Two playoffs, Heartland Division. That could be a thing that we do. I imagine if you're Duluth, it's kind of a similar thing. You look at what's left of the North Conference, and you think that's absolutely there for the taking. So this is a great opportunity to give these guys a chance to play, try out some new things. Obviously, the passion there is the commitment there. But, John, as you look ahead to Chicago Dutch Lions in your city, that's Friday here at home at Edor Nelson Field. Anything you can learn from this one?
I mean, it's tough because it'd be two different teams. So there's that, Dan. I think if you're going back to what I saw from the nice
Big win from Schatzko.
If I can kind of take anything away from the River Light game, great gang tackle there.
Lennon, just like Mena, doing a great job tracking back, working hard. Humphrey, long ball to Mena. Oh, just
like it.
flicked down by Porter.
This is how I wanted them to play in the first half. But if I'm going back to what I saw of the River Light game, I truly do believe that personnel is big for Minneapolis City in USL too. I think having the right guys there at the right time on game day is extremely important because we talked about it that every team in the USL too is of quality. Great ball in.
Cross in, overcating. Falls to Friesen. Friesen's flick. Headed away by Chasty. Friesen up against Gomez. He wins the throw in there.
It'd be great to get a city debut of Swollen. It'd be great to see Joe Highfield.
Well, over the top. Caden can't get there, as Shank claims.
But
I think you're right. We haven't seen Jake Swollen yet. We haven't seen Joe Highfield yet this season. Obviously, Highfield, fantastic for City last USL 2 season, and he had 7 goals and 5 assists for University of Portland, who regularly played top 25 opposition, and themselves were regularly flirting with top 25. I'd say I think a game like this makes sense for why Tomas Mena is one of the first names off the bench for Coach Oliver and Coach Flinton.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, his energy has been so impressive. We got some substitutions here for Minneapolis City. Number 58, Sam Keating is going to make way for number 53, Hudson Benitez. And I lost it. Where is it? Number 45, Sam Diebold is going to come on for number 66, Damon Humphrey. I thought Humphrey had a great game today, Dan.
I did too. He kind of reminded me last season of how they used Curtis Wagner as one of the outside defenders, kind of key that diagonal. It'll be interesting to see if Diebold is going to do the same. And John, I know you're familiar with Hudson Benitez from his youth career.
Yeah, he was my when I was coaching with the Minneapolis City Futures Winter League. He was my number 1 pick every year. Really tidy on the ball. He's a senior at Minnetonka High School, and he's going to be going to Carleton next season. And I think that Carleton got a really good one there. Really, really smart on the ball. He's one of those players that I believe you call it shiftiness.
I've heard that term used for a tricky little player.
Yeah, there you go. Tricky little player. That's exactly the description of Hudson Benitez. But I think, too, is his soccer IQ is one of those things that kind of gets in his way a little bit because he plays the ball and no one's there. And you think that
Mena with a win. He's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. And he hits the post and it's out.
And then he makes, oh my God, what happened while I was talking about Hudson Benitez?
Oh, Tomas Mena. Oh, my gosh. He did all the work. A great win off of Chassis. Can't quite finish.
And then Shank just happens to be there. Look at this.
Oh, smooth as can be. Not quite there. You can see him just grabbing his head. And then Landon stopped by Shank.
Out of all the players who would know the bounces of Edor Nelson Field, you would think he would not be the one hitting the post. Uh-oh.
Nice from Martinez.
It's like Diego Mejia's down. Oh, he popped back up.
Didn't look like much in there for me. And while competitive, this game has maybe lacked some of the physical edge that other encounters between these two have had.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. There haven't been a lot of reducers.
No.
I mean,
There's still time, but
yeah.
Here in the 74th minute, I think we've established how this game's going to be played. Martinez, a little wayward.
Duluth of the past used to let the challenge do the talking, but this Duluth team's letting the ball do the talking. I think that they've moved it well. I think the off-the-ball runs that they've made have been really, really impressive, and it's caused fits for Minneapolis City trying to figure out how to track those. I think, though, in the second half, though, they figured it out a little bit.
Oh, I think you're right. Part of it surely is game state. Part of it is absolutely really getting to grips with those like inside runs against the wingbacks. Freezing on the ball. Still on the ball.
I mean, if I'm the ref,
that's unlucky there from Lennon.
If I'm the ref, I'm taking the shirt pull back.
I may have pulled that one right outside the area, but refs really let them play, which I gotta tell you, as a player, I always appreciated that. As long as you're not fouling the other team's best player every time they get the ball, like Duluth in 2017. And wins the foul there.
Here, you don't want to go quick. You want to get the big guys up. I've been pretty impressed so far in the second half by Andre Ketsick, Dan.
I think you're right.
The right center back, I think his positioning's been great. I think that his decision making between when to attack and when to kind of take the air out of the ball has been really impressive.
Can't get past McLaughlin on that free kick. Here we've got Mejia.
Tackle.
Nice work from Lennon. He,
So
like Mena, they're doing the work.
I think it was Runstead. It was the shiftiness we were
Oh,
talking
I'm sorry.
about.
You're right. That's Runstead. I take it all back.
But maybe matchups of old days, that one would have gone for a card.
Would have been the first one. Friesen surprised there by Mejia. And Duluth can be so quick to close.
Other shots go winner.
Friesen finds Martinez. And looking for Lennon. Nice touch. Oh, he tries to look in.
It's a good idea.
What's a good idea? Wasn't quite read by his striker, but really liked that intent. Let's turn and go forward. Bull wins it back.
$10 substitution coming on for Duluth. Get your number here.
We're going to have Luca Barbero coming off. And coming on is going to be number 5.
And I'll find that in a second, Dan. That'd be Noah Johnson.
Exciting news up here. We have number 5 in for Duluth. And that's the information I have right now. Number 5 is in for 25.
So you're looking for Mena again. He finds Lennon. Lennon under a lot of pressure. Pearson wins that ball. But look at that. Shots go. Nice defending. Just too far for Hudson Benitez.
If I'm Coach Oliver, Coach Flintham, I'm starting to take a serious look at the body of work that McCade Shotzko did tonight.
I'd have to agree. It looks like we've got another substitution from Duluth. We've got number 9, Diego Mejia, who is coming off, and perhaps a formation change.
I think he picked up a knock. He went down earlier, Dan.
No, you're right, he did. It didn't look like there was a lot into it, but sometimes that's the type of thing that happens. Anyway, Mejia is off for number 8.
And the roster that we have has no number 8 on it.
Oh,
so,
good. Good.
So we're gonna call him Joe Watt.
Joe Watt is back. He looks fit for his age.
I think Joe.
Shorter than when I last saw
No,
him.
actually, no. Tom Corcoran was number 8.
There we go.
So we'll call him Tom Corcoran.
Little fun fact, Tom Corcoran, as you know, played in our 2016 U.S. Open Cup qualifier when we beat Oakland County, and we're actually the first Minnesota non-professional team to qualify for the U.S. Open Cup proper.
And then it was just rudely ripped from our
It absolutely
grasp.
was. But you know what? You can't take that part from Minneapolis City.
What a ball by Corcoran. He was offside.
Can't do that. So we've got 10 minutes left. Minneapolis City 2 down by 2 goals to Duluth FC
It'd be
here
good
in the
just to
big
get-
friendly.
Just get one back. The opportunity was there. Mena hits the post.
Oh, it was. Mena doing a great job charging down that defense, winning the ball.
And I definitely have some key takeaways here from this second half, but I'll let those rest for the Twin Cities Barber Lounge post-game show.
Right, Thomas Mena plays his collar soccer here at Augsburg at Edor Nelson Field. He's not going to be happy with the inside of that post. Nice work from Benitez. Benitez just cut out from Lennon. This is the first time that we've, or sorry, that was Braden Martinez. We really saw him on the attack. Friesen tackled and Duluth win the ball.
One extra Touch too many there for Cy Friesen.
Go Crows. Go Crows. We are black. We are
Going long. Shotsko tracks back. I got to be honest, John, that looked outside to me, but Pearson on the ball.
What we've learned is don't come into McCade Shotsko's house.
Mena with a win again. Pearson forced a foul. Mena's been a force.
Yeah, yes.
You know, well, I do think McCade Shotsko has had a fantastic game. You've got to put Tomas Mena right up there with him.
Take this little break
Well,
for
they're
you
bookends.
to thank the good people from
You're absolutely
Minneapolis.
right.
That's right. We got
McCade Shotsko is the center back, and Tomas Mena is the forward,
who knows how
leading from the front and the back.
Oh, there they are.
Probably a cliche in there somewhere.
Good people over there just chasing.
For the 82nd minute, Minneapolis City 2 down by 2 goals to Duluth FC.
Thank you, ball chasers.
Just outruns. I mean, that was a nice attack there. You know, you kind of love to see it. I think when you said Runestad, he's brought a lot of energy. He's been a really good addition to this game.
Yeah, Diebold got unlucky there.
Friesen gets a foot in, but Duluth win it. It's Kyle Gomez on the ball.
Nice move.
Was nice stuff from Gerber. Finds Carly. Carly with a nice little cutback. Good defending. Really nothing in that at all. Friesen finds Benitez. Benitez finds Vilm, and City on the attack. Nice ball from Vilm to Mena.
Oh, he slowed it up.
Oh, and it's a save from Shank. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Nice stuff there from Noah Johnson. He didn't know much about it, but hitting that right back to Shank. That could have gone in the goal. Could have gone anywhere.
Pretty sure it hit his hand. You get a different replay view of that by chance?
And here he is on the attack. Ball falls kindly to him again, but shots goes there.
Yeah, shots goes having a great day.
He really is. He's down, but doesn't look like there's anything there. He's back up again. Braden Martinez finds Benitez. Runestad shoved down.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, by number 8, Corcoran. As we like to call him.
He goes by Tom.
Yeah, Tom, if you're watching, definitely would have done that. Ball looks for Carly. Nice throw from Gomez to keep the ball. Start in, but Duluth keep it. Ray Martinez against Tom Corcoran. Nice.
Offside.
Yeah. I thought you have to say nice tracking defensively there from Martinez.
I don't know. That might have hit his hand.
I mean, that's a tough one with how they're calling it now. Was it in a natural position? Was it by the side of his body? Oh, you know what? I gotta say that hit his left hand.
Yeah, that was a penalty.
Yeah, that's a penalty. Man, if your City feel a little bit hard done by, that was clearly a penalty that would have absolutely fallen there to lean in, and then of course Mena inside of the post and out. Whew.
Yeah, that definitely hit his. He chicken winged it.
He did chicken wing it.
Speaking of chicken wings,
Chicken jockey.
the almost famous Joey Wings at Corner Bar. Check them out. Thank you, Corner
I
Bar.
think he will after the game.
Tomas Mena involved again. Great work by Benitez. $5 minutes left to go in this one, Dan.
Substitution. Substitution for Minneapolis City Soccer Club. Number 42, Mickey Daniel in for.
Substitution in for Minneapolis City to close out this one. Number 41, Colin Vilm, making way for number 42, Mickey Daniel, another Augsburg Augie.
A lot of representation from the Augies tonight.
He can find the right side of the post this time.
Getsuk, under a lot of pressure, he just cleared as far as
Kind of just did the best he could there.
he did. And if you're Duluth right now, you don't mind just see out the end of the clock?
Little skill check on the goalkeeper there from Pearson.
You got to say Shank did pretty good.
Yeah, he did real good. Yeah. Here you have it. It's offside.
And that is offside for Gomez.
He's a little quicker on the draw this time from the assistant referee. We have the luxury of seeing it from
In real time.
the bird's eye view in real time.
Back to Ketsu. Ketsu, John, I think you're right. He's came in on halftime. Right center back, done a nice job.
Movement here for shots go. Diebold.
And almost there. Falls to Friesen.
Is it Martinez that was in there?
Friesen battling with Corcoran Jr. That's a foul.
It's full Corcoran.
You know, well, I think if you're City, you wonder what happens if you have that goal when Mena hit off the inside of the post. Certainly, you want that that penalty called on the handball. But I think we got to say that first half, Duluth, excellent, did a really good job. Second half, some nice adjustments made. Game state's always such a thing when you start to think about hypotheticals. And we got another offside again from Carly.
This guy's getting quicker on the draw.
Well, the ball's almost at his feet by the time he.
Yeah. No, I think that if you're the coaching staff for MC2, you're encouraged by what you saw in the second half, specifically from the substitutes. I like what we saw from Katzek. I thought that Leo Runstead has provided a bright spot.
Then we got Runstead tracking back.
I mean, has Roach had anything to do besides play the ball at his feet?
Not this half.
Yep.
But I think you're right. If you're the coaching staff, you talk to these MC2 players, you say, look, you had a few breaks not go your way. First half certainly didn't go your way, but you made the adjustments you needed.
Great ball.
And look at that great ball from Friesen. Unlucky bounce there.
Diebold kind of overran that one.
He did. But, you think, hey, our first game, and we're going, toe-to-toe this close to one of the best remaining teams in NPSL. And not a bad opener.
Yeah, I would agree. And you think about it, too, like, well, let's just call it like it is. That the first goal was a total gift.
It was.
There was nothing that Schatzko could. I mean, Schatzko could hit it harder, but he had no idea under duress that he was going to play a ball back to Roach, and then there was going to be a Duluth player just waiting for it.
Oh, absolutely. But I think if you look at these, MC2 players, you got a few who've really done a nice job of kind of showcasing themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
To Coach Oliver and Coach Flintham from the League 2 team.
No, I think you're 100% correct, Dan. 44th minute. Actually, we're into the 45th. No indication of stoppage yet. Oh boy.
Pearson comes in hard. That's
like
the old days.
The old days, yeah. Great ball in.
Delivered into Mena. Schenk is there. Headed away while Friesen was lurking. Gomez is on the ball. It's on the attack here. Gerber. Oh, the referee calls that. I got to be honest. Well, I thought the Oscar for today may have gone to someone else. We may have a new winner.
Into stoppage time.
Always pleased when you hear the youngins starting the chants. For all you who may have heard that at home, that's my middle son.
Yeah, jeez.
Who raised him?
Yeah. Friendly match, kid.
Teams.
Well, that's what makes it fun. You know, Minneapolis City,
Just a reminder that we are
they're back in league action, USL League 2 this Friday at Edor Nelson Field against Chicago Dutch Lions.
Ricky Daniel, if he can stay with it.
Daniel shoots, it's wide. Well, no, Shank picked that one up. Shank with the drama.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
And look, he's going for the Oscar. I may have already awarded it, and I probably shouldn't have.
Look at this. Is he an offensive lineman blocking for a running back? I don't know what that was.
Look, maybe you get a daytime Emmy, Stefan, but you got to do better. You got to get the emotional core of the character there.
Yeah. I think it's better though that he did that than like the goalkeeper like fall to the ground.
Oh yeah, I mean, what are we even doing there?
Yeah.
Ooh, not a bad touch, but that one's cleared, and that's on the freeway. I gotta be honest, that's $300 on the freeway from Duluth.
Work by Diebold, finding Martinez here.
Martinez delivery.
I think it was deflected.
It was definitely deflected.
And that'll do it, folks.
That's the final whistle. Minneapolis City 2 fall to Duluth FC. 2-0 here at Edor Nelson Field tonight.
In the big friendly, once again, I am John Bisworm. That is the Dan Hudeman. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with our final thoughts. Stay with us. Welcome back, folks. The big friendly has been completed. Duluth FC 2, Minneapolis City 2-0. I think that, Dan, if we're talking about like what are our takeaways from this one, first half, a lot of bright spots for Duluth, not a lot of bright spots for Minneapolis City. I thought we touched on a couple things at the mid break marking up the wingers. We saw that in the second half. We saw keeping the ball, maybe having better intentions with the ball. I thought we saw that in the second half, and I thought that a lot of it was because of the inclusion of a few of the substitutes.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And if I was going to kind of give a overall kind of look at this, if you think about it, you've got one team playing their first game, a little bit loose in some of the actions that they were making, some of the movements, some of the passing. Another team that's in season, and it showed. I thought Duluth, particularly that first half, very well organized, very sharp, overlapping fullbacks. They did a great job putting a lot of pressure on the wingbacks and those outside defenders for City. That first half was really difficult for the Crows.
Absolutely. If you're talking about statistics here, we had a 33rd minute goal for Duluth by number 44, Raul Cadillo, 45th plus, we'll call it, stoppage time goal for number 19, Alex Ruiz. Then we had a 73rd minute yellow card, and I didn't write it down, but we had a 70th minute post strike by Tomas Mena. That was our major stat line. But I think I agree with you, Dan. I think if you're thinking about the fact that this is Minneapolis City's second unit, I thought that, and you mentioned it during the broadcast, starting out and playing the way that they did in the first half and then making the adjustments in the second half, super encouraging, especially when you're talking about one of the better teams in this area that we could probably face.
Absolutely. Like I said during the broadcast, Duluth are one of, certainly a top 10, if not higher, one of the best teams remaining in the NPSL as it starts to disintegrate. And, if you think about how they played with, like, the level they played, what a challenge for MC2, right? They came organized. They came with a lot of passion. Like, the drive, they were quick to close. We talked about that all game. If you're one of these MC2 guys, you're really trying to look at, like, what can I do to show the coaches I can play at that USL League 2 level. Hard to beat competition like this. I thought Duluth were really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when have we ever played a Duluth team that wasn't good? Right? Like,
yeah,
they've always been good. However, I will say this. 2-0 is the biggest Duluth scoreline that has ever happened in existence since 2017. So they didn't quite get that third one on us. But, Dan, let's talk about Minneapolis City for a second. Tell me who you think was your man of the match.
I mean, that's a tough one because I think what you saw, two guys really, from beginning to end, throw everything at it. You saw Tomas Mena leading from the front, great energy, closing people down, hit the inside of the post, almost scored that goal. But for me, at the end of the day, it has to be center back McCade. Shots go. When things were tough in the first half, he was calm, he was collected, he did a great job of kind of marshaling his defense, and all throughout the game. He was in the right place at the right time. He used the ball decently, never gave it away. For me, Shots goes the man of the match.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw a curveball here. My man of the match is in goal, number 0, Jack Roach. I thought that although he wasn't involved in a ton, I thought that he kept the scoreline 2-0.
I always love goalkeepers getting some attention. I think they deserve it. He had 2 good saves. When with his feet, when he was kind of one-on-one. Without those, it's a totally different game.
All right. Well, if we're talking about what's on tap for Minneapolis City, the USL 2 team this Friday, May 30th at 7 p.m. here at the friendly confines of Edor Nelson Field on the campus of Augsburg University in downtown Minneapolis, take on the Chicago City Dutch Lions. Throw another name in there.
Let's just do them all.
We'll just do them all. So once again, USL 2 soccer action coming back at you Friday, May 30th at 7 p.m. here. Once again, I am John Bisworm. That is the Dan Hudeman. 2 founders, 1 booth. We'll catch you on Friday.